Okay, we have a question from one of the viewers, and they asked, how do you factor in mental health? Sometimes you just don't feel motivated to do anything, so working out falls to the bottom of the list. Do you guys have any suggestions for that?
One of the things that I need to keep in mind, I have a dog, and that's probably one of the best things for me, because there could be days when I'm like, oh, I just want to put my pajamas on and stay in my pajamas all day. Especially during COVID, I think most of us have had days that were up and down and we're not feeling as great emotionally as we were other days. But having a dog definitely reminds me of how good it is to get out, because I'm not going to look at her and feel guilty for her not being out all day. So what I need to kind of bring myself back to is how I feel after I'm done. Yeah, I might have that feeling that I don't want to go, but then after I'm back, I'm like, oh, I feel so much better. It was only an 8-minute walk around the block, but that was enough to clear my head. I'm not feeling as emotional. I'm going to sit down and answer this challenging email, and then I can get on with the rest of my day. So I think it's almost a matter of, can you begin with the end in mind, that you don't feel great like now. I don't have the energy to work it. I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling kind of emotional today. It's been stressful. My email inbox is full, but I do need this break. Like, we know that we feel better after physical activity. Our outlook is better. We're more positive. We're more focused. We can concentrate. We have better sleep. Like, there's so many benefits to being active. I think it's almost, we just need that. We need to do it. And even if you commit to 5 minutes, likely you'll say, you know what, it's absolutely gorgeous out here. And oh, look at all these. Look, my neighbor's got a puppy, and I got to visit him, and this happened and that happened. And chances are you'll be out for longer than just that 5 minutes. So it's just getting started a little bit, and it doesn't take much to make a difference. So that, I think, for me, would be something to do, is just can you commit to 5 minutes and see how you feel? 5 minutes of deep breathing, 5 minutes of doing a Tabata plank where you're 30 seconds on or 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, like whatever it takes that you feel like, you know what, I could do that for 2 minutes. And then you're like, hey, I feel good. I could actually do this for a little bit longer. That's one suggestion I would have.
Definitely, yeah, definitely adding on to what Angie said. That definitely, especially with COVID, has happened probably to everybody multiple times, including myself. And so for me, I had a similar mindset in the way that, like, it was more, I'm a very, I'm very much of a person where, like, I do things as soon as I know about them. So for example, like assignments, like if they're like, okay, here's your assignment, it's due in a week. Well, I don't wait until say Saturday night to do it. I'm more of like, okay, can I get it done like in the next couple days to get it done and out of the way? So my mindset for that is like, okay, well, that's something that I 100% don't want to do. I just want to like lie in bed or like stay and watch my show or like whatever. But it's like, okay, well, if I don't do it now, like I'm not going to do it. And so I definitely have the same mindset in the way we're like, okay, well, just go out for a bit. Or for motivation, I'll be like, okay, well, go ask my mom to go for a walk. Not necessarily like work out, because walking maybe isn't as effective as like a 30-minute like hit workout in the moment. But overall, like it works wonders compared to just staying where you are and saying, okay, no, I'll go do it tomorrow kind of thing. And so like if there's somebody there to say, hey, do you want to go for a walk, or hey, do you want to go do this, or hey, do you want to go for like a quick 10-minute bike ride around the neighborhood? Like if it's possible and there's somebody else there, like that's definitely a good motivation key to like help get you up and get going. But if not, like definitely my mindset towards it is like, if I don't do it now, like I'm not going to do it. And so then once you get out, like Angie said, if you say, okay, I'm just going to go around the block, well then, okay, well the weather's nice. Oh, I ran into this person, so it got longer. Oh, this, like, or just in general, your mood changes because you're outside and you're doing something to your body. And so, yeah, like those days happen. And like some days it does happen where like you may only do say 2 minutes. You do the 2 minutes and you're like, okay, I did that, or 5 minute walk. You're like, okay, I did that. Now I'm not going to do anymore. And that's completely fine. You did something compared to nothing. But then there'll definitely be those days where you're like, okay, I'm only going to do 5 minutes, but then it turns into half an hour or something like that. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I do. Do it then or don't do it.
Yeah, you guys kind of nailed it, almost everything I was going to say. But one thing that I know helps me is having like kind of a buddy that has the same kind of mindset as you. If you're like kind of not feeling the whole activity thing one day, but they might be, and they might drag you out of that feeling, right? So it's good to have a buddy that will kind of motivate you to do things, like even if they're not in your bubble, you can go for like a socially distanced walk or a socially distanced bike ride or something like that, or you guys can meet at like a park and go for like a little hike or something like that. But yeah, it always helps having a friend or a couple friends that have that same kind of mindset as you and are kind of on the same page as you in terms of like, if someone's not necessarily feeling like being active one day, they can kind of motivate them to kind of get out of bed and get the day started, type of thing. Having people always helps with kind of getting over things and going out for like social like outreach and stuff like that.
I was going to add to yours too, Ryan. I was thinking about my sister has a friend that they'll get up and they'll in the morning and they'll like do the same workout. So they're each at each other's homes, but they're doing the same workout together. It's like, oh my gosh, those 15 squats or whatever, they were killing me today for some reason. And so they're still on their own, but they're doing it together. And that's what I wrote down when you were talking too, Megan, is that social aspect for me is so important. And like I said, I have loved this time during COVID to be able to have that time to walk with my sister and chat almost every day, which we never would do. So that for me has been really good. So love that you both touched on that social aspect, because then also brings in that accountability. Megan, you promised me, come on, let's go. I don't really feel like it. Oh, come on, just 5 minutes then. And then I talk Megan into doing something for 5 minutes, which is helpful to both of us then.